and whatever I see is smiling at me. Love is who I am. So hello there, beloved Ascension pioneers, and welcome to this light activation video together with us. We are here in the beautiful mountain lakes here in the Alps, and as I promised, I wish to do a light activation for us for this threshold that actually Spirit is calling it, this current phasing into this new dimensional consciousness shift that it's almost like wearing a new gown. And as much as we are all very much sometimes in this chaos of this experience, it's actually all unfolding as it needs to. So we were here today activating this beautiful mountain portal energy, and now we wish to share this activation channel through Spirit, so we'll see what comes through. So let's move right into activation. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like you to place yourself in a sacred space environment and close your eyes. And take a deep, relaxing breath. Just feel yourself as the being of light that you are. And with each breath, go deeper. Feeling that when you are exhaling the energy from your in-breath, it takes quite a long time to travel through all of your body, connecting with all of the meridians of your body, sparking up those ley lines that lie right within your body, where the different centers and the regional meridians actually intertwine and interlock. And now imagine that these beautiful meridians within your body that just are naturally unfolding through your out breath, and in breath is when you take the energy in, and you just watch that they start sparkling up like little sparkles of light. And this is not a mental process, it's your body in its innate wisdom that already knows where these places are. They're organic. You don't have to envision them anywhere specific. They are already held and placed perfectly within your body's light grid. And now feel that your beautiful body's light grid is kind of like spreading out, and it's expanding into the crystalline grid of this planet. Now, as you envision this, you might perceive within your inner eye that there's twinkles and sparkles of light that travel like waves and actually spirals of electricity that move throughout your body. And these little sparkles of light are actually pulses. Pulses of energy, this interdimensional and multidimensional energy that's wanting and needing to travel through your body for the ultimate multidimensional experience in your ascended reality. So when you are actually engaging with this process, you're not controlling anything. You're simply a passive witness and observer that is actually not so much passive, but it feels like a deeply activating and embracing process where you're simply holding a vessel for this highest attainment of light to take place within you. Now imagine these meridians of light as intersection points where it's like your inner tiniest little portals of light, and within them are like little holes that are like tiny vessels of light. And within those places there's tiny little intersections, meeting points of light that actually hold the space for this dimensional shift. So you're actually tuning into the awareness that from the most minute, most microscopic impression of who you are, these shifts are taking place now. And these are actually, when they hold a space, they later move into your cells. Your cells start to expand with this interdimensional and multidimensional light and be processed, actually fed this energy, this liquid light of a new higher dimensional operating system. So these meridians within your body are like tiny gridways that connect you to these like little portals of light and help you to assimilate this multidimensional light as it comes into your form. As your multidimensional operating system moves into your current concurrent reality that for a while, for a simply moment in passing in time, felt like a third dimensional structure. And within those little places, these meeting points, these intersections, feel like entire universes are being born within your perceptions. So as you simply allow, observe, as a passive witness, you're allowing this process to function at the highest vibratory level beyond any resistances, so that the fluctuation of light is a natural organic process. It is very important that during your day and your days, as you're going through this multidimensional shift, you are finding moments like those little gateways, little holes, where more space is created, which means that in the higher ascended plane of being, our lives need to be simplified in order for us to have and hold more presence for these dimensional shifts. So as enough leverage is created within your realms that you have been shifting and preparing to shift within your bigger, grandiose ascension process, you have been assimilating more and more of this interdimensional, multidimensional streaming light of higher frequency, of much higher vibratory rate than you were used to, perhaps until this time. So as you were gradually shifting, more and more of these sparkles of light were getting attuned to this higher levels, from celestial to extra dimensional, and all the planes of being that are interconnected within the great unity of the One. Now imagine yourself becoming open more and more from this space. So as these sparkles of light start to trigger off, they start to kind of connect together. You start to feel yourself like a pulsating web of light. So you are becoming this organic creatrix web, which is like this interweaving, intertwining creation, fully operational and fully whole into itself. It's organic. So it exists on your light body level self. And this means that when the enough quotient of light is received and perceived, then this shift within the greater wholly structured operational system can come and be fully at hand, fully manifest, fully operational. So now take a deep breath and feel into your own crystalline web, into your own organic template, fully aligned with this liquid light structure that travels without filters beyond time and false time constructs, beyond time operational agendas, attachments, expectations, prejudice, judgments, fear-based thoughts, ideas that are somehow limited when we operate within the old system grid. And now you're seeing this web as fully pulsating, more and more life quotient, more and more life force starts to, it's almost like it becomes an animated through this life force within your core. And as you do so, please connect to the core of Gaia and Gaia's liquid core and Gaia's core crystal. And now connect this anchored essence with the greater cosmic pulse of light. Don't see it in a linear fashion, see it like being activated within the cosmic pulse of light. The pulse of life that continues to reanimate your life force, a constant rebirthing process, a constant assimilation, gathering, and creation of more light. And this is what sustains our highest fifth dimensional and beyond operating system. Now, tune into your inner feeling, tune into your inner child, the feeling side of you, the body side of you, the embodiment part of who you are, and feel what this aspect of you, in constant devotion and constant communication with you, wants to express during this new birthing process, as these creations further on assist this shift in a new multidimensional operational system. When we ask any sort of question, we know that the answer is already there. That's the pure, no time, fully spirit-based attunement to our core. And we trust that when we wonder, when we ask, we're doing that because we already know, because we are ready, and we know what is there within us to be received at this time in the now. Watch yourself as this beautiful new child of your new dimensional self. How do you look like? How would you like to structure your life if there were no obstacles, no labels, no expectations and demands of the so-called linear time, which was an old framework that now no longer is a part of this new operating system? Allow your inner child to show you how you play in the new. What is your essence self? What is your creation self? A part of the new earth? Perhaps it's a color, it's a frequency, it's an extension of you in that space. Watch it become fully harmonious, fully self-realized, because you are feeding it attention. And where attention goes, energy flows, and the reality you perceive from there, it's the reality you create and live and experience in every moment. Now tune into aspects of you that are somehow still in alignment with the old process. We would like to have a conversation with those aspects. We would simply like to call them out, to address them, and to send them unconditional love, and actually thank them for their operational existence in the old template, because it served us. We needed to learn how to transcend those realms. We call those aspects of us. We thank them. We tell them that we're truly grateful for their service in the light, because it is all a part of the one. And we thank that aspect within every single being, within every single aspect of creation. And we know that as we have done so, as we have created this leverage, as we have created this shifting point, we wish to go to the lowest of the low, of those expressions that still feel they're not ready to shift, so that we bring this sense of readiness that's a synthesized experience. And we simply say and affirm in our sacred hearts. With a deep breath in, and breathe out into your sacred heart, into your core and your higher heart. And affirm to yourself, I am fully ready to shift in my fully functional and operational ascended reality. I'm a fully ascended being of multidimensional light, transmitting and sharing the interdimensional light, existing as a living portal for the Ascension light and the new earth, right here, right now. Feeling this leverage, even if parts of it feel chaotic, even if aspects of you say, no, but what happens? What happens after I cross the threshold? And there you invoke the higher aspects of you which know, which have already experienced this because it was already done. Nothing is actually created in you in the sense of this highest reality where all exists right now from the core of where all was created from in its source aspect, which is the core creation self. And now we connect to this core creation self simply with our intent, with the purity, with the devotion of serving as a conduit for this light, by recognizing it as not only our personal ascension, but Gaia's ascension and the ascension of many realms, and the ascension of our solar system, and the ascension of our galactic proportions and beyond. Knowing that simultaneously in this living creatrix reality, there's always the ascending aspect of Source. And yet there's an aspect that is ascended already and always. Now attune to this aspect of you that is ascended right now and always has been. Call forth for that aspect to show the aspects of you which feel like they're in the non-knowing or worrying and perhaps not wanting to release the old operational system because it feels safe and familiar. And ask that aspect, which is the greater we group, the oversoul, the higher selves as one in the great I am, that knows, that has been there, done that. Invoking it and feeling how it's gently pulling you upwards in this great feeling of safety that you are and always will be taken care of. As you simply allow yourself to be taken into the new, as you fully surrender yourself into the process, trusting that because you have chosen that, it is choosing you now. So it's a mutual reception. It's a journey of unity consciousness. And you're simply reuniting with a greater aspect of you. So once you do so, becoming fully operationally ascended being of light, in the multidimensional perception of how energy travels as light, as information, as becoming love in creation, knowing that you wish to be guided from this space where creation is pure, when it's untainted with the mental linear expectations of how, when, who, where, and simply into the being. It exists because it is. And I'm creating it because it's there. And life can be simple, and it is simplified in this new space, where all settles down, and now you feel this chaotic aspects of you just merging with greater harmonious aspects of you, in full balance and peace and equanimity, great divine equilibrium. And you take a deep breath into this new, beautiful aspect of you that you're now growing into, and you feel it like this highest aspect of you. It's handling down to you as the new garment of light, like you're receiving new divine robes. And you will each envision it on your own how they look like. They might appear differently to where we are still vibrationally. And through our individual aspect, which always remains, is just a higher, more refined form of light. So although we might perceive ourselves as a physical being, we're not as physical as we used to be. We never have been, actually. So take a moment now to again tune into your heart and your higher heart. And just feel how this new clothes, how these new robes, this garment of light, how they feel into you. Because it's not something that's given to you, it's something you're stepping into. It's something you are becoming as the becoming of that light, which has moved into a higher octave. And then that higher aspect of that light becomes an even higher octave. And so life moves up in the spiral of spirit. And just tune into your own spiral and allow it to engulf you all over, so that you now feel as this rotating, spiraling being of light, and that this natural rotation of life force aligns you with every single thing, with every being aspect where you need to be, what you need to do, which is no longer coming from the need. And that's a great paradox. So you trust your inner child to guide you to the creations that fit you best in each moment, that fit into the greater whole as the vessel for our united collective group ascension and ascended reality. And allow yourself to blend and fully create this fusion with your new garment of light. And just allow it. You can even do like this movement with your hands, like you're placing this new energy all around you, whatever you're guided to do in your heart space. And for a moment, allow yourself to just sit with this energy, to be with it. And whenever you feel like you're not in that space, feel like from the bottom of your feet, from the core of the planet and from the planet's core crystals is the great violet flame, the sacred violet fire that comes and it burns through and through all of the levels that still perhaps are a little bit resisting to this natural process. And when you feel resistance, call upon through the very deep bottom of your earthly experience these flames which keep on rising and rising, creating this experience of the shift for you, assisting all of who we are. So take that final deep breath and out. And as you breathe out, see it like it moves from the narrowest point coming from your source into the widest expanded point where your garment is now having its reach. And as it's kind of like this open space, when your field of this new light is open, all who are ready to become a part of your field will be naturally called into your experience and pulled into it as a part of the collective group ascension. And then feel which beings resonate and who you wish to and are guided to share your natural, multidimensionally operating experiences with, and who perhaps you're not guided to share this with, because just discernment from the heart is deeply important. And allow time for this shift to occur. Sometimes there might be more tired feelings and fatigue and just feeling restless or hypersensitive. And at these times, just create the space, sacred space, where you can attune to this activation and attune to your new garment of light and attune to this expansion that comes with this new garment of light and this threshold you are allowing yourself to cross. Not mentally, but simply because you are here now and you're ready. So be it. And so it is. May you enjoy. May you feel the love that's there, the love that is you, and all that is love. Namaste. I wanted to include something very extra special in this video. And this is something I did right now and very naturally, very organically. And this is for all those of you who are already a living, walking portals. When you attune to this fully functional, fully operational, fifth dimensional consciousness, of course you're going to be stepping into the worlds beyond that, of course. But you will start to be guided into these activations, however this is done. So recently I received this beautiful little crystal skull from a friend. She said it simply wanted to come to me, and the moment I received it, I started laughing. It was such a huge expansion. I knew it was this love at first sight. And when we have these things, we know there's spirit inside. So it's not just an object. So what happened today, I was guided to bring it with me here to the sacred portal in the Italian lakes, at what I call the Twin Lakes. And suddenly I was sunbathing the crystal, and all of a sudden he wanted to be brought forth. And I just placed him like this, attuned him to the wisdom of the sacred portal here in the Alps. It just was just the intention placed. And the moment I did that, I felt such a strong current of energy flowing through, you know, tiny things, but don't let looks deceive you. And you can hear now, I'm sure, the winds that started blowing. And I wish to talk more and more lately about the portal winds, the portal energy, how you know that these winds are portal winds. They don't blow in shock waves like currents of energy that feel linear. They're blowing in more like spiraling waves, and they start from a high upward moving energy that starts to, you know, be brought forth. So they start spiraling like this. And the moment when I did this activation with this crystal, crystal skull, a little tiny friend, these huge shock waves of a portal wind started blowing, and I knew another outpouring of energy was created. So those of you who are living portals, and those of you who are tuning to that higher consciousness, you will be guided to things like that. And whenever you will be, or just sit in the ground, or place your hands sometimes on earth, sometimes on trees, different things you're going to be guided to do, follow through with them, because these will be sacred callings from the earth. Earth will guide you. Gaia's frequency of the new earth will guide you. You might use companions, so however, I'm going to show you like this. Whatever it will be, it will be for a sacred purpose, and will be an activation that you will create as a gift of that portal expansion and opening to all. And if you have any more questions, let me know, and I'll address these in the sequential videos, but not really sequential, more like spiraling videos to come. And attune, when these waves come, you are to stabilize them, you are to help in that energy to be brought forth in a very stable manner. So blessings to all of you, and hello. Take a while, listen to the portal winds. Feel how the energy is moving through you in spirals and waves. So beautiful, so strong, so potent with life. Just feel. And feel how these winds and these energies are coming through the highest octave of light, coming here into where we are, residing as these beautiful human beings, bringing us everything that we need, fully encoded, full of life force, as we are becoming full with life ourselves. Every cell of our being, every cell in our living organism, in our bodies, that are more and more becoming these sacred vessels of light. It's all becoming attuned to the greatness of all life, the higher light that might be and feel unseen, and yet it's becoming for us as real, the more real than anything else could be. And you guys see this beautiful spacey cloud here? They're usually in this shape, kind of oval, and stand out from the rest of the sky. It got very cloudy after the winds came in. Just totally changed everything. Feel the energy and what's bringing it to you, yeah? And enjoy. Hey everyone, I also want to show you something really special. It's a gift, a soul painting that I recently received from my beautiful friend in Australia, and I asked her, because she does such beautiful painting work, to create a channel painting for me, and she said yes right away, off the bat. And so it's very beautiful, because the moment I received this painting, Spirit gave me this incredible message that it contains. And as you can see, there's this mother of all the flowers, And if you count the flowers, there's 13 of one. And as the rest of the 12 are really ascending and going towards the light of source, the light of ascension, the flower is, you can't really see it right now, but it has this, because of the stones, but it has this strong grounding cord here on earth. So the whole message here with the painting, is that this flower needs to hold the light of the grounded presence. So she's the pillar, and I am the pillar, the pillar of ascension. So she's holding that so that the rest of the flowers can beautifully be ascending. As you see, they're moving in a group consciousness, and the 12 is the number of the group soul. And it's beautiful, and this is the 13th octave, the 13 as the source essence. It's like the glue holds everything together. And I wanted to share this with you so that you can take this image and feel this as the ascending we, as needing the strong pillar, the grounded pillar here on our earth as we're moving into the higher realms of ascension. And for me, that was a beautiful channeled message of my purpose and why I'm so needed here on earth at this time to hold this grounded light. Yeah, so enjoy everyone, and I hope you really love this painting, because I sure do.